Well, the day started out like pretty much any other snowfall, with Tim and I praying that something doesn't break so we can actually make some money on one of the few snows that we're getting here in Minnesota. But then we got an emergency call that there was a church, and it wasn't our church to plow, but it was a church that needed to have emergency service cleaned up right away. And the story that came in was that it takes about 3 hours to do these churches, and we had about 2 hours to get them done. So Zach and I decided we're gonna hop up there and assist Tim and Alex in getting these things done. Tim and Alex drop everything that they're doing to get over to these churches. Zach and I drop everything we're doing to get over to these churches, but by the time we get our butts up there, well, I don't even want to talk about it. But before we can get up there, we've got to fuel up so that we've got enough fuel to do what we got to do without stopping, leaving, and going and coming back. I'm getting ahead of the story. Let's just show you the story. What you're seeing here is the first test runs of Arctic's brand new prototype snowplow. Now, this won't be available this year because they're just in testing right now, and you're getting a sneak peek at what this thing is. And we'll go over that in more detail later on in this video. But it has a new down pressure system. And for back dragging or for scraping hard pack, this thing... But I'm getting ahead of the story. Let's just watch this thing in action. Frick. I spilled coffee all over. Dumped it all over. I spilled coffee all over the inside of my cab. Missed the turn. Slammed on my brakes.
I like this thing. I have the engine brake on.
Hey, have you ever been to this church? Do you know where it is?
Alex sent over the email, or sent over in mass text the two
To you?
Well, in the whole group chat.
Oh, in the whole group chat? I didn't get it. Oh, okay, I did get it. We got a call that a church needed an emergency cleanup, that they were having an event and it needed to be done right away. And it sounded like it was much worse than it actually was. Well, let's just show you what I'm talking about. Unless there's another parking lot. Tim and Alex had swooped up there and got there before us. Let's just see what's left. Is there another parking lot here?
Just this one here.
This is it?
Yeah, this one and that one over there.
I thought this was an emergency.
I didn't think we'd get it done this fast, honestly.
Okay, so this is tiny. You want Zach and I to stick around, or should we head over to another lot?
There's really not much more for trucks to be doing.
Oh, we gotta do the driveway?
Yeah, that's the pass-through driveway.
Okay. 10-4. All right, we can do that. You're gonna head out up north and check on the northern crew? Okay. Okay, Zach and I are gonna go to Jap next. Justice Allen Page. Justice Allen Page. You and I are gonna detail this one out and then go up to Jap.
Okay.
Looks like there's a turnaround in there and some steel siding. Let's not hit the steel siding. One of the cool things about the new Arctic snowplow is the new down pressure system. It actually senses when there's a loss of down pressure and will reapply it. So it's reading the contours of the lot as you're plowing. This doesn't feel very emergency-ish to me. Does it to you? It doesn't to me. Now here's something you probably didn't know. Arctic is first and foremost an actual snowplow company that employs over 1,500 people out plowing and removing snow in their local area. It was a few decades ago that they decided that they wanted to do something better, and they built their own first prototype snow pushers. They used those for many years before they started to sell them, and the only reason they started to sell them is people would see their crews out working and ask and come to them and ask them to build one for them. So that's when Arctic started to build snowplows for people locally in their own area and thought maybe there was something to this. And then they took that technology like they did with their own snowplow crews and tried it over and over again with their own people before they decided they were going to sell the first snow pusher. And the snow plow that you see here has been in development and was being tested for over 5 years before the first one was ever released. And now Arctic is in further testing on this new prototype plow. So this is all of their own technology. They've got a new down pressure system that senses when you need more pressure. Like if you're going over a hump or a ridge, instead of your plow riding up, the down pressure sensor gauge will feel that and continue to put down pressure on the plow. Plus they've got their own pump, 2 horsepower pump, which is the biggest, beefiest, baddest one on the market. Nobody's even coming close to having a 2 horsepower pump on their trucks. And overall, from using this snowplow, I can tell you that it is just buttery smooth, and it just is, it's awesome. It really is. It's dialed in. I mean, it was good last year, but now this is the one that I would buy. This is the one I would want. This is the one I would tell you guys, get the Arctic system. You can still get it. If you still have a Boss style or a Western style mount and you have all of that, don't feel free. You can still do it. But if you're going to start from scratch, get the one that Arctic built, but it won't be available till next year because just like in true Arctic fashion, they're not going to put something out there that they haven't tested. And the one that you see here in this video is not for sale because I have to turn this back in with all of the feedback, and then they're going to look at everything that happened with this plow and take it further so that they can refine it before it goes out for sale to the general public.
When you left the parking lot like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Don't drive out of the parking lot like that. Take off in 4-wheel drive on dry pavement.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't afford to be done these trucks. We had a guy blow one of our engines off.
Anybody hungry? You can always eat. What do you got?
Got 1 McChicken and 1 double cheeseburger. Who wants it?
I got one snackage.
I'm good.
I'll eat a McChicken.
Hey, we got the churches done.
Yeah, churches are done.
There was a spaghetti dinner at 4 o'clock they were worried about.
Ah, that was the emergency because we pulled in and I'm looking, I'm going, this does not feel like an emergency. But a spaghetti dinner is always an emergency.
Spaghetti dinner fundraiser. So.
All right, so we're going to do, Timmy, let's touch tips at some point in this video.
Okay. I didn't even question.
I don't know if I should be here.
I know what he's talking about. Though, so.
That's why I get paid extra.
It's like the same as me jacking a trailer. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I was like, it's kind of weird. And I'm doing the motion.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that, Jack.
Putting the pep in your step.
Really cool. No, I just slammed a Red Bull.
Oh, that's good.
And watched him go out like a bat out of hell, like wanted to.
Did you feel like strangling him?
I was like, "Whoa, what are you doing, man?"
No.
Well, you know, 4-wheel drive and all those out. Oh, Tim, guess what? You got to pay for it. No,
I know. But like I said,
I feel it.
I should have switched it into 2-wheel. But
yeah, there was no need to come out of there like a bat out of hell.
It was weird. Now, you just heard Timmy kind of blow up, and honestly, that is the very first time in my life that I've ever heard Timmy fly off the handle. And that's the worst he's ever been and I've ever seen in 25 years of working together. Now, I've flown off the handle way worse than that other times. And in fact, I flew off the handle just the night before. And then it was when I say weird, it was weird because, how many times has this thought went through my head? How many times have I gone out to go snow plowing to work a 30-some hour shift to get done with plowing and have one thing break and realize it's just a thought that comes in your head. I just worked 30-some hours and made $0. It kind of sets something off in you, and it just makes you snap because it's like, there's so many things that has to go right for a guy to make money when they're snow plowing, and there's so many things that could easily go wrong that eliminates all of that, right? So the night before, I had kind of flew off the handle, and you'll actually see that in an upcoming video. I've got no problem showing that to you. And then the next day, here, Timmy flew off the handle, worst I've ever seen. And then shortly after that, Alex did the same thing. And it was all different things, but it was just it seemed like a very stressful snowplow. I don't know if there was something in the air, but if you guys ever had kind of that weird thing where it's just too many things going on and it just seems really weird while it's happening. I mean, if you have, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your story. But let's just get back into this one. So now Tim and I are going extra slow when we're touching tips like this, not because we're worried about each other, it's because Zach is walking with the camera. And we know Zach, he'll stay concentrated on what he's seeing in the camera and trip right over himself. So we don't want him falling down while we're doing this shot. You even noticed it?
Oh, it was just looking at Timmy's and whatnot compared to yours. Like his is jerky. Yours is buttery smooth.
And I'll tell you, the new plow, at least I don't know, maybe it's the suspension upgrade. I don't even feel it on there.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't had really a lot of time with it because I had time with that one last year, and I haven't really had time on this one other than what we little did over at.
Sam okay, Timmy?
I wonder what, he left already. What's up?
Sam okay?
Yeah, I don't know. The guy in the Mechalek is gone, I guess. He's parked and he's...
All right, I got to go find the sledge next, but that's for a different video. I think we're done here. Do we have anything else to plow? Jap?
I'm gonna go do the church.
Oh, by my house. Okay.
Gotta get that one yet.
Yeah, that one definitely needs to be get gotten.
It's before tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's nice. I like weekend plowing. It's
What?
Really, I don't mind it at all.
I hate weekend plowing.
Why?
Because you work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then all you want to do is just have 2 days off, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And what happens? It freaking snows.
constantly. I
But
mean,
when you're doing accounts that open up on Monday morning, it's nice to have the weekend.
okay, so that's true. But on the flip side of that coin, since you like it, you probably haven't noticed it. There were some years there where it just snowed on weekends, just.
Yeah, well,
So we worked all week, and then we would work all weekend, and then we would work all week, and then it would snow and we'd work all weekend. I mean, there was one time I counted it. It was 2 months in a row where there was not a single day off between regular work and snow plowing.
snowplowing was your time off, I guess. I
That's-
don't know. I think I'm just happy it snowed finally.
Yeah, I think you. Well, I've never. You got spicy today. With Sam, not Sam, with Zach. I've never seen you get that spicy with
I was
anybody.
stewing on the way over, and his first response was not the best. Well, it's going to sit on my...
Alex doesn't. If Alex goes out in the middle of the road and gets hit by a train, are you going to go do it?
No, it is. Pay too much for all the stuff, and
Yeah.
upkeep and repairs are expensive. And
You know, I was thinking yesterday when I was coming out. Do you know how many times I've gone out snow plowing to return after we're done plowing and go, yep, didn't make a
you
freaking
made
dime that
nothing.
night. Nothing.
Guess what? Your transfer case or your transmission went, or
Yeah. Or your guys get tired and go home, or they, then you're scrambling and you're working, instead of working 20 hours, you're working 30 hours because somebody needed to go get you, go cuddle with my baby at home or what have you. Yeah.
treat it like it ain't your truck and you're borrowing it.
Yeah, but you gotta do that. You can't do that. That's how you're fixing everything. You gotta treat everything like it's.
Well, like, I guess if I borrowed something from somebody, I'd give it back to them.
So Timmy's
the
and
same
I
or better shape than I
aren't
got
talking
it.
the same language. Timmy's saying treat it like you borrowed it. So Timmy takes care of people's stuff when he borrows it and tries to return it back better. Because you and I are old school, and that's the way we grew up.
Yeah, then you don't get to borrow stuff anymore if you don't give it back.
But other people borrow it and they return it with dents and half full of fuel or whatever, and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Just treat it like you want it to last a while.
No, I was spicy yesterday, last night. Then Alex got spicy, and then you got spicy. This is the weirdest.
I know. And it's like a low stress snowfall because it
It's not
happened
a
on
snow-
a week.
yeah, it's not even a
like
stressful
We're not
one.
under the gun today, so it's kind
Oh.
of nice.
Oh, there ain't nothing to worry about.
And then other times where you're stressed because cars are showing up here in a couple hours and you got half of the night still left to go.
And you're tired,
Yep.
and you just want to go home, and there's nothing more you want to
when
do.
you get that done, then you got driveways and other people that are waiting on you to get there, so you ain't sleeping for another 6-8 hours.
Right. And you're driving with your windows down because that's going to keep you awake, and you put on some.
Some tunes.
Yeah.
Blast 'em.
Yeah, and you're so strung out on Red Bulls that your whole system, like you take your gloves off and your hands are just shaking like that, right?
Yeah. It don't even feel like it's doing anything for you anymore at some point.
And at some point you just lay down, you feel dizzy and everything, your whole body's vibrating, and you lay down and you go to sleep, and I can only sleep 3 hours.
Oh yeah.
That's it. It's a 3, sometimes 4 hour max, and then you get up,
When
and then
you've been up that long, yeah, then you feel just
you get up
feel
and
amazing.
you feel like you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just feel like crap.
But it is nice to get to sleep.
Yeah, but then it takes you 2 days to get back to where you
I
feel
remember-
normal
I don't know
again.
How long I was up for? It was a long time, and I'm like, I get 2 hours to sleep, or part of that was getting back home and laying
Yeah.
down, and then it took an hour to try to fall asleep.
Yep. Yep.
You're so tired.
Yep. Yeah, so you guys probably want to go join, do some snow plowing now, right? After listening to Tim and I talk about some of that stuff. But I will say that the equipment we have now is nothing compared to the equipment we started with. And we had all the same stress and all the same issues, and much worse equipment. Much worse. I mean, it's just like, ugh. You scrape to get by. But then now we've got all pretty decent equipment, but I think that's what 35 years of scratching, scraping, being the first one to the site, being the last one to the site, because you and I were always the first and the last. Always, 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 for decades. Everybody else would go home, and you and I are like, what do we got left to do? We got 500 driveways to do, and all right, you take them 3, I'll take them 2, and we would always try to go home at the same time.
Yep. Yeah, I remember first plowing with you, man, and we were up all night. I'm like, what kind of racket is this? I never plowed before. Like, okay. Yeah, you can go take a nap in the truck if you need a nap. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know what I was signing up for, but this is different.
And your steering wheel's not bent.
No.
There you go. All right. Well, that's it for this video. God bless. Go get them, you guys. We'll catch you on another one because we've got more to do. And the new Arctic, just one thing. Timmy's running the old Arctic. It's not technically old.
This one's quick, man.
Mine's smoother.
Yeah, this is tricky, but I like that. It shakes snow off with like a little thumped up or two.
Yeah, mine's way smoother. And I'm running the brand new one with down pressure. It's nice. These boys dialed that stuff in. Oh, they dialed it in.
Nice.
What's that?
They cut pretty nice though. They do a good job.
Oh yeah.
I like it so far.
The Arctic's cut like crazy. Yep. All right. More to do. God bless. Go get them, you guys. We'll catch you on another one. Pretty soon I can take my sunglasses off because it's going to be nighttime. I see the moon up there.